What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 5 on Week in the Life as a Wedding Filmmaker. Today I'm going to take you guys somewhat behind the scenes of a wedding day. Right now I'm currently at the bride's getting ready location. It's going to be a phenomenal day. So, bro, if you're not using the spider holster, I think you're missing out. I think it's one of the best tools for a wedding videographer by far. Because then you can just have more cameras readily available. Especially if you have nowhere to set your camera. This is where the spider holster comes in handy. Also, today I'm shooting VHS as well. So I'm gonna put the other adapter on my VHS, and that way I'll be ready to go on me and not have to use a sling. So that always makes it really nice. This is by far my favorite sling. This is the Peter McKinnon Nomadic Collaboration 13-liter sling, and it's pretty amazing. Holds all my audio stuff, batteries, and accessories. So what you didn't see is that off camera we started time code. I mic'd up, the groom and bride are gonna be mic'd up, and all my cameras already have time code set up, so we'll be ready to go for that. So now the outfit is complete. I might look like a fool, but whatever. USB-C to USB-C. My phone is on the FX3. I'll be good though. Javier.
Thank you. Javier?
Yes. This is Jordan. Do you need help? We're here to help.
Thank you.
Today I'm here with Leslie. Want to give a shout out?
Hey.
It's for my YouTube channel. And every now and then I'll post some clips onto Instagram. That's right. As a videographer, I rely on her skill sets to set flat lays. But I used to be a photographer. Yeah, I did it for 5 years, and then I said, nope, I'm going to transition fully to video. Love video because I get to worry about myself for the most part, to be honest. Whereas a photographer, especially if, like, let's say they don't have a planner and stuff, they're always coming to you. Exactly. Yeah, so. All right, guys, so we went ahead and made it to the venue right now. We're setting up real quick, then join the photographer. We're heading to where the bride is getting ready, grab the details, and come right back over. But that's the plan. We're just gonna stick as a team. So I'm going ahead and set up everything. The biggest thing is that I use these Tribex tripods, my favorite ones. I have 2 of them. Oops, sorry. We're gonna leave stuff set up real quick, and then we'll put away our gear. It is nice and hot. I am sweating. It's all good because today is gonna be a glorious day for this beautiful couple. Here we go. Appreciate you. I'll be out of your hair here shortly. We're just gonna leave these tripods out, that way they're good to go. These are the Peak Design tripods. All right, 1, 2. We got our headsets. These are used for us to communicate with the team. Now we're just gonna get one more camera. This is going to be my interview camera. It's separate, it's another FX3. Everybody asks me what microphone you use, and this is the one they Rode Video Mic Pro Plus. And we're gonna go on this big one. So we're done setting up right now. We have our lights right here, if you can pan to that. We have our 3 lights, 2 tripods, 2 light stands, cases here for now. And then once everything is settled in, getting ready, then we'll go ahead and put everything in its place where it needs to be. But for now, we're staying here, and we're gonna meet up with a photographer and continue getting flat lays and then getting ready to prep, all that fun stuff. All right, so initially we're gonna wire up the bride, but we have an audible. Because of time and the space where they're getting ready, I'm gonna be using the DJI Mic 3s instead. It's always good to have backups already prepared. I'm gonna James sync the DJI Mic 3s real quick, and then I already have a recorder here with a sticky, and I'll just place it on the bride. And that's what we're gonna do for now, because there's no time in the space. I'm not allowed to go into the girls' bathroom, so that's where the dress is at. So we're not doing it there, but we always have a backup plan, and that's the biggest thing, right? No matter what game plan you go with things with, it's gonna be audibles in there, and you just gotta have the gear to adjust, and that's why gear matters. So to jam sync the DJIs is first you plug this unit into it. And then next what you do is You go down to the menu, you look for where it says TC. TC says time code. You turn it on. I took off the plug that I had for my tentacles, and I plug this in here. But before you plug it in, you just gotta make sure it's an LN, which it means line in. Now I plug it in, I click sync, I press it. There we go, it's just syncing the group in both to those devices down there. Now it's synced up, now I can disconnect it. And now you see the time code is running with my camera's, or tentacles time code. And then this is just gonna live on here. I don't actually connect it to my camera, just leave it here. I only use the internal recorded files on the DJI Mic 3s. I don't transmit the actual audio into my camera. I just rely on the internal audios because most of the time, anything transmitted doesn't sound very great. So we are good to go to mic up the bride and officiant if need be. With it, if it's a female and I can't also attach a wire. But this is gonna live on here. Phone goes back on, monitor, and we're good to go. To your dress. Okay. So, yeah, just like that. And I'll switch it out again later. And then just stick it nice in there.
Can I squeeze it? Or?
Yeah, so squeeze it in there, that way it's good. 1, 2, 3. And then you're good. Say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Beautiful, that's all good. This is what happens when things doesn't go to plan. It's raining, but I always carry an umbrella with me, so always pack an umbrella. This is where a sling comes handy because with a sling, you can just stabilize your camera. I'm left-handed, so this is natural, but with my right hand, press record, we're good to go. So that's what we're doing. We're multitasking today.
I'm not doing the first one. I know, but for any of his photos over here,
and it's chaotic because everybody is also preparing, but we're getting stuff done. That's what we're doing.
This is where we're doing all like the family photos.
Beautiful. The rain honestly looks really good. It gives us a different look. I don't like seeing the trailer there. It's my backdrop. Can we angle her a little bit more?
Where?
Just angle a little bit towards me. A little bit more. Right there. Just so we don't get the trailer in the background.
Yeah.
Word, dude. All right.
She's currently telling the bartenders.
This is what we're doing. Umbrella. FX3 7200. We're filming through the bridesmaids. Phone as the monitor. And we're killing it. We're getting great shots. So we are about 5 minutes out before ceremony. We have 4 cameras set up. We have our FX3 here, another FX3, 2 FX3s in the front, and we're pretty much gonna capture ceremony. Groomsmen are lined up. A groom is coming out from the back behind me. Then the bride's gonna come out. They'll be seeing each other for the very first time. Jordan, who is behind the camera right now, he is going to be getting the wide shot of the bride as she's walking down the aisle. I'm gonna be manning the 4 cameras behind and also with the VHS and capturing the bride. It's pretty chaotic, but we're making it happen. We have beautiful sunshine and the rain went away, so we're happy. Sweet, I'm going to switch your mic real quick. Yeah. I'll take your handbooks for you. Bam, bam, thank you. I'll hold them right here for a minute. And then I will give you this one.
Same spot?
Yep, and then this side up. That worked out perfectly. God is good.
Yep.
Alrighty. Congratulations.
Same one? Thank you.
Yep, yeah, you're good. Perfect. So right now I am filming with the drone. We just finished doing the vow reading with the bride and groom because the vow books got forgotten during ceremony, but it turned out even better than expected by doing it this way. Also, I am flying the drone and I just got some ceremony shots because we didn't get the chance to do so because of the rain and everything else. And now I am capturing cocktail hour up above with the DJI while they're doing family photos on the other side. So even though I'm not there physically, I'm in the air and capturing it all. So gotta love drones, gotta love technology, man. So right now, as soon as I am done though, I gotta head inside. I went ahead and set up lighting, but I need to get these tripods ready with the proper lenses for speeches because when they are introduced into reception, it's going to be introductions, formal dances, bride and groom welcome speech, father of the bride, and then the parents of the groom speeches. So I'm gonna have to be ready to go. Then it's dinner, and then till end of dinner, we'll go ahead and do the rest of speeches. So it's gonna be pretty fast, but then once that's done, all the formalities are taken care of, our job becomes really easy. towards the end of the evening and just capturing reception. I did do interviews with the bridal party. I had my second shooter also do some interviews as well. That way, we're just able to knock out as much as we can. All right, so we are putting away our FX30s. We only need them for ceremony. We're also putting away, I lied, we're keeping one of our 7200s readily available. So this is gonna stay out. And then I'm gonna put away our 2 smaller tripods and just keep our, and we're just gonna keep our Tribex tripods for speeches, dances, and then we should be done with it. And that way we can make our footprint a lot smaller. Since the venue is not that large, it becomes very hard to keep stuff readily available. So we got to break down, but we got all the important stuff with the other cameras, so we are good to go on that end. Absolutely love venues, but one thing I always recommend to venues, especially if you're starting from the ground up or whatnot, is create a storage room area for vendors, not just rental company and for kitchen staff, but also for maybe your photo and video team, because we do carry a lot of gear, but that means I have to place my gear right here and hide it in a location in which isn't always ideal or optimal to have accessible from the elements too as well, because it did rain earlier. But that's just my 2 cents. Overall, we're gonna continue. Today is Monday, March 2nd, and my meta glasses broke, so I can't get behind the scenes of setting this up. So I got one better. I am going to record here and add it onto the vlog. So we're gonna be setting up my first FX3. My lens of choice is a 28-70 f2. So this is pretty much done. We'll turn on time code. And my FX30s are always paired with my 70-200s. So they just kind of live on here. And then my other FX3 is recording behind the scenes so far right now. So that's what we're using. All right, so we got 3 cameras set up. We have our tripods. These are our secondary tripods of choice, that these go in the back. The Tribex tripods. There's one in here and then the one here right now with the camera. Those are the ones that I actually use when it comes to the side angles with the FX30s. So in total, I use about 4 tripods for ceremony. I don't always do that, but at this venue, it allows me to. So that's gonna be nice. And it also just leads to a better ceremony edit and more footage for us to use and have in the edit, so that it just looks more dynamic. It's my favorite word to use, dynamic. All right, so the last thing I gotta do is set up the lights. Then I get to put everything away, organize, and I'll start with flying drone, get establishing shots, and then my second shooter should be here around 10:45, and then I'll have him do more establishing shots when ready. So on seeing the layout right now, I think I'm just gonna set up 2 lights only, 2 fills. I have 3 light stands with me, plus my 2 carbon fibers, but I'm going to choose to use these big ones because the wind here can get crazy. And it's only about 70 guests in total, so it's pretty intimate. When it comes to lighting, I have 2 options. I have my Aperture 60X bicolor lights, but I also have these Godox RS60 bicolors. These are small as what I use for when I'm traveling, but in small spaces, I tend to use these preferably. But for today, we're using these big boys. And I pair them with these 190 watts hour batteries. It's always chaotic when it's wedding prep. But once this is all done, we're good to go. As you saw a planner in them, so they still have a lot to go, a lot to do. Now here's one thing I do when using these aperture lights is that I leave them plugged in, but I don't connect the battery to the lights until I'm ready to use them, because they, I guess this isn't the right word, but subconsciously it's draining battery. So because there is an output. So I just leave it like this pretty much, and then let it do the rest. I'm gonna leave my monopod out and ready just in case. I don't think I'll use it today, but just in case I do need it, we got it. And this is the YC Onion, their latest. But I do use my own custom fluid head because I don't need a big one. And that's it with this case. Now it's time to put things away. So right now, we're done setting everything up. Christian just arrived, so he's gonna be capturing establishing shots here at the venue. I'm gonna be heading up with the bride, meeting with the photographer, starting details, capturing all that. Earlier, I was setting up pretty much all the gear, getting everything done in preparation for the wedding. It's gonna be an amazing day. They have a bounce house here at the venue. Can you believe it? Pretty cool for a Monday. You know, you can't complain, but stay tuned and we'll take you guys more behind the scenes. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh. Right now, I am getting the bride getting ready.
Can I just put them both?
And we're just capturing some details. All right, guys, so right now we're here at ceremony. We have 4 cameras set up. We have this one in the back, the other side, FX30 there, and another FX30 on the other opposite end. Ceremony should be starting here shortly. It's been a crazy, hectic day, but we're getting it done, and it's gonna be an amazing time, amazing ceremony.
How are you?
Doing
Good
well.
to see you.
Likewise. Oh my
This
goodness.
is awesome. I love seeing you guys here again. I saw Amy. I was like, oh my God, Amy.
I know. We're all reunited once more.
I love it. I love
my
it.
goodness.
This venue is beautiful. Have you ever shot this venue before?
Yeah, it's pretty close to my house, so I come here pretty
really?
often. Yeah, it's stunning.
Oh, I didn't know you were so close to here. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I love how everything came together.
Yeah, no, it's super pretty. It's super
Oh my
pretty.
goodness. How you guys been enjoying the married life now?
Yes, yes. Honestly, it's been great.
Let's
So
go.
We're super excited.
So here's a huge tip when it comes to ceremonies. Go ahead, Christian, and stand for me where the bride will approximately be standing. So go right there. Perfect. And all you want to do is just go ahead and leave the point set, so that way you don't have to worry about it. And you always have these shots and you don't rely on autofocus. And now I'm just turning it off. And that one's set. I'm gonna go ahead and cross. All right, guys, so right now we are getting ready for the grand entrance here into reception space. The bride and groom is gonna come out. We're gonna have some cold sparks. They're gonna go into the formal dances, and then they're gonna enjoy a cocktail. And then later on will be speeches. So it's been an awesome day. It's a beautiful day. It's nice and sunny, and we're gonna have a great time. Today's March 5th. I'm out here by the lake. I am filming a quick time lapse as the sun is rising, and I'm here with Josh, who's behind. Say hi, Josh.
What up?
So we're gonna be capturing some behind the scenes. Josh is kind of new into the wedding industry. He's gonna be picking my brain throughout me getting B-roll today. But it's gonna be an awesome time out here. I'm filming for this time lapse because I have a wedding this Saturday here in this area. And so it makes it nice because it's close to my house. It's only 15 minutes away. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go a little bit extra and try to get some really cool B-roll and establishing shot. I walk this lake all the time, and I've always just wanted to film because there's a lot of beautiful nature out here. So I went ahead and switched over to my 7200. I want to capture some bird shots here out towards the lake. They're flying, they're everywhere right now. And then when the sun is really up, I'm gonna fly the drone and try to get some really cool establishing shots. The only thing about flying a drone here in this area is that sometimes planes do land here on the lake and they'll take off. But I've flown here before, so we'll see. Hopefully it should be a smooth process. And I do want to walk around later on further down. I'm just gonna get most of the easy stuff here, and then we can walk a little bit later over there.
All right, so like recording stuff, like details of the day,
Yeah.
of wedding days.
Yeah.
I love recording details and stuff, but I also found that I have like a limited library of things that I always record.
Yeah.
And how do you get creative shooting details whenever it's only a certain, you know, every wedding has not the same details, but Every
Yeah.
wedding has like their base details and then everything that's special to the couple.
Now, by details, you mean like the flat lays or
Flat
the
lays,
decorations?
everything. Flat lays like cologne, because I
Yeah.
see a lot of your stuff. Like every wedding film is like different with how you film their
Yeah.
details.
I just try to get creative with it because, like you mentioned, it's very repetitive at every single wedding. Now, here's the other thing that every couple cares about: video capturing that stuff. I think it's definitely more of a photocentric type of thing. What I try to do is try to get creative with it and think of other ways of how I can capture the shot and use it to my advantage, rather than just capturing like a boring still shot. So for example, I'm using diopters to get really tight macro looking shots that I could possibly be able to use into the edit. And honestly, I only capture maybe about 10 clips of like a flat lay. And then I'll start looking for other details, so like signs, decorations, things of that nature. If they invested heavily into florals, I'm going to film the florals because it's, you know, they spend a lot of money on that. You know, whether it's, I've been to some weddings where they spend $100,000 on just florals. So you got to film the florals. So when it comes to certain things of that nature, like I think it's looking at it. My priority isn't always, you know, capturing all the details of the day. It's to capture the most essential, most important part that helps tell the story and unravel everything, and then combine that with a lot of establishing shots. So if I can combine like a detail with an establishing shot, even better, right? If it's ceremony and there's chairs and there's florals, then, you know, two birds and one stone, you got it with one shot. So right now I'm about to go ahead and get ready to start flying the drone. Before any time I start flying, I check my air control map just to make sure if there's any restrictions and the air map. And so in this case there is I can only fly up to 250 feet up in the air. But part of the other side over there, starting from that point, is away from the Class D radius that we're currently in. So I'm gonna go ahead and fly real quick, get a couple of great establishment shots and go from there.
When you're flying the drone, what are you looking for? Like what are your, do you have a go-to shot list or?
Not really, to be honest. In this case, I'm trying to get more of the lake and scenery of it. So, I mean, I'm in the middle of the lake, so I don't got like nothing to reveal.
Yeah.
You know, play with trees and stuff. But in this case, I really don't have one. I just switch between my lenses because it has a zoom lens and it has a wide angle lens. And so with the zoom lens, I'll switch to it. You know, for example, right now I'm focusing on that church at the top of it. And what's really cool is that, you know, it has a lot of compression. It has like a, what we call it is a, like cotton candy type of like background.
So here recently, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like your Instagram is going towards more creators than couples right now, right?
Yeah. And to be honest, just because I got so freaking many weddings, and I still get inquiries every single day. This is fun part. Like, I'm not even running ads or anything. I've been getting a whole bunch of inquiries regardless still, so I'm like, it's still going in that sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, later this coming month, you know, my travel season starts. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be learning a lot of different lessons and being able to share it with you all. You know, that can prepare you whether you're a wedding filmmaker or not at all. You know, whether you're a filmmaker in general, there's a lot of tips that when it comes to traveling with gear, traveling, you know, just in general, that if somebody's doing it on a consistent basis, that, you know, can help you in whatever, you know, shoot or opportunity that you have, and that can make your life a lot easier. So that's what I'm trying to do with that.
It's about ads, kind of.
But yeah, hit with ads.
When do you know that your brand is ready for ads? Because everybody knows ads won't work unless your brand works for you first.
Yeah.
So when do you know that you're ready for ads to be successful? Because I think anybody could start running ads and then book one or two and get lucky with it. But for it to be very successful, when do you think you're ready?
I think when you have a really good, I mean, I can only speak for my use case scenario when I did it and actually ran them, is when you have a better understanding of who you're trying to serve and what do they actually look like, so you can identify the key markers that will attract that individual, that person. And if you have the work to support it too, your portfolio, your branding, and also trust. Trust is a big important factor where do you have enough on your portfolio to people also respect you? You know, because like, for example, if you're trying to pitch out to do luxury weddings or do high-end weddings or something, and you're running ads and you're pitching that, but then you go to your website, doesn't showcase that, goes to your reviews, doesn't showcase that, goes to your TikTok or Instagram, doesn't showcase that, then you're not gonna book anything. You're gonna be wasting dollars. And ad companies will be making money from you. So yeah. That is the truth of the matter, is that you gotta have some supporting, a good time is like understand who you're serving and are you actually there in terms of as a company, as a brand, you have a good reputation already. You know, all that stuff really does matter. You know, for myself running ads last year was like the perfect trifecta, because when I ran ads to book myself out for all this year, is that, well, I had really great work. I had a solid Instagram, I had a solid website, and then just understanding the people, what they value, what they care about, what they want. And I was speaking to the right individuals that I wanted to work with too as well. And so it just ended up being like the perfect trifecta. And you know, I just booked myself out like crazy. Ooh, man, look at the flock of birds coming.
Holy cow.
Oh, that's a big one too, girl. I wonder if I'll run into them, because I'm heading right.
Are you flying right with them?
I'm heading right in. I'm coming. Ooh, I gotta go down. Oh shoot, I see the birds. Oh shoot, they're passing. Dude, this is awesome. Best shot of the day. By far. This looks stunning. When it comes to filming B-roll, I usually shoot in 60 frames per second or in 23. In this case with a tripod, that's in 23. But now I'm gonna be shooting in 60 frames. Not because I necessarily need it, but in case if I wanna slow down, I have the opportunity to do so in post. So I do believe education is important. I think as a filmmaker, it's important to invest. If I were a beginning filmmaker and I was gonna invest into something, what would I invest into? I would say, what's the area of my expertise that's the lowest? And start improving in that little by little. So if it's business acumen, like find a course when it comes to business and start learning these different things if you didn't go to school for business. If you went to school to be a filmmaker, then you have really good knowledge already in terms of the technical side, cameras, X, Y, and Z. What you're really missing at the end of the day is experience and opportunities, and start refining what it is that you're missing. So I do believe education is important, but it's hard to trust the right educators out there right now, just because everybody's doing a money grab.
For right now, I have 4 weddings in my backlog, which isn't a lot, but yeah, for me, that's a lot more than I've ever dealt with.
Yeah.
Just because I had 4 in February. So how do you go about getting those deliverables on time and making that time to get those out?
Well, first, I set myself like realistic expectations, right? In terms of give myself a good amount of time to deliver these films. So my deliverables are 6 months from the date of the wedding. And some might say like 6 months, that sounds pretty crazy, or it's pretty long. Some might even say like, wow, that's actually fast. I know some filmmakers that do 7, 8 months, but for me, 6 months is perfect. Why? It doesn't take me 6 months to edit a full wedding film or go through their gallery or all that stuff, no. It gives me time to still work on my business and other things and not rush through an edit, not rush through something. And you know, I have a family, I have 2 kids. I have a wife, and I also have clients. I got a lot of them. And so I'm like switching hats all the time. And then I have the responsibility of running a business, doing taxes, payroll, setting up timelines for weddings, gear, and then I also need a rest because I'm only human too. So having that 6-month turnaround time gives me a good amount of buffer. When I get to their wedding, I'm not rushed. And everybody's time that hires me is allocated properly. So if somebody else comes in and be like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, no, like my time is for this person right now and for the next wedding again. And I'm very strict about that because my time is very valuable, and couples that hire me and pay me for my time. Not just for the skill set, but the time that I'm gonna put into their film and making sure that's great. If I'm feeling like I'm rushed and I have other life circumstances around me that are going crazy, then I may not necessarily be able to put my whole heart into a film like you would want to. or, you know, because of that. And so having enough time just lets you sit in the edit, allows you to really give a better experience to somebody, and they'll feel very appreciative of it. One, because they paid you for it, but two, it's like you went above and beyond. And that's the feeling I want each and every single client to experience with me, is that it's like, wow, like this film went above and beyond expectation. By the way, in 6 months won't hinder you from booking a couple at all. I've had couples on calls where they ask me, so how long does it take for us to receive our wedding film? One, during the consultation call, I never say how long it's gonna take them to receive it, and the contract gets there. But if they ask me during the call, I tell them, hey, it's gonna take 6 months from the day of the wedding. They're like, well, why? I'm like, it just depends how many weddings I have during your month. And I care about quality. I care making sure that it's done right the first time. And they actually appreciate that, because they understand that if you're paying for something that's very expensive, when they're hiring me in particular, especially our brand, it's all about quality. And quality comes with time, and taking that time to be able to build something properly. And they also know that I am working with a lot of couples too as well. And I'm documenting and I'm showcasing that. And I think that's important to also do, so that your couples don't kind of question you or feel questioned as the sense of, well, why is he taking forever? He hasn't been posting anything for the last 4 months. Right? So I think it's important to share and be able to post, because they'll have an understanding of what your brand is and what you do and what you're up to.
All right, so as we're walking around the lake and you're capturing B-roll, what are you looking for? Like, what is the thing that catches your eye that you're like, oh, that's gonna look great? Or
I'm just looking for details, whether it's flowers, nature, birds in this case, just because of the area. I've already got my big establishment shots with the drone, so that kind of took care of that part. When it comes to the actual wedding day though, I'll be focusing on the home, because the wedding is gonna be a private residence. So I'm just focusing on outside of this area. When it comes to wedding day, I'll focus on the actual home. And that's kind of my main thought process. I want to include some nature, some people driving to showcase, and lastly, any pretty shots, you know, with lighting and stuff. I think drone was by far the highlight of today's session.